2-1 Tunisia. It's not quite a hat-trick, but we'll forgive national treasure Harry Kane. It's not quite a hat-trick. But don't worry, Harry, we will forgive you. In fact, 2-goal Harry Kane made himself a national treasure with a last-gasp injury-time winner which gave England some justice and a win they richly deserved. No wonder Gareth Southgate leapt up off the bench, celebrated wildly, and then made his way onto the pitch at the final whistle to give his captain Marvel a huge bear hug. The England fans behind the goal were jumping up and down, blowing their horns and singing, while the heartbroken Tunisian players were on their knees at the whistle, with some of them in tears. They had gone so close to getting a result which they did not deserve and would have been down to yet another VAR farce. As you wonder why new technology is being used if it cannot pick out the most obvious mistakes. Not just once but twice Virginie Sassy dragged Kane to the ground in the penalty box. The first time looked more like a rugby tackle, and yet somehow Colombian referee Wilmer rolled and missed it. So did the 4 VAR officials watching the game on the big screen, and you then realize why the Premier League decided not to bring it in next season if it creates more rows than it solves. Let's be clear, England should have won the game long before either penalty controversy, and Kyle Walker was guilty of his own gaffe which gifted Tunisia an equalizer as they made hard work of what should have been an easy win. But instead, they missed chance after chance, with Raheem Sterling and Jesse Lingard the worst culprits, as once again the England shirt seems to weigh heavy on players' shoulders. All this talk about the good atmosphere and playing without fear, but Sterling was substituted in the second half after another disappointing night in an England shirt and had to be consoled by Southgate. England were terrific at times. They played brilliantly early on, and yet they are so often their own worst enemy, and it leaves you wondering where on earth they would be without Kane. This was, after all, the player who promised to try and emulate Cristiano Ronaldo, who scored a hat-trick in Portugal's 3-3 draw with Spain. Ronaldo got Portugal's late leveler, Kane got England's last-gasp winner with his 15th goal in 25 caps, and he is now scoring as regularly for his country as he is for Tottenham. That sort of form will thankfully make him one of the best and potent strikers at this World Cup and give England a puncher's chance in the tournament. Surely they will now reach the knockout with Panama to come, and then the usual reaching for the calculators before the final group match with Belgium. England did at least show they are capable of creating chances, but the worry is they missed so many. Sterling and Lingard missed gilt-edged opportunities before England went ahead after 11 minutes. Ashley Young put over a corner, John Stones powered a header goalwards, and Tunisia keeper Mays Hassan made a terrific save and Kane tucked home the rebound. Tunisia had to change their keeper as Hassan went off injured and in tears to be replaced by Ben Mustafa, whose goal lived an equally charmed life. Lingard missed another, and England's wastefulness was eventually punished. Walker was reckless and clumsy, a dangerous combination, as his elbow caught Fakhreddin Ben Youssef, who threw himself to the ground. Colombian referee rolled and at least spotted that one, and Sassy fired home despite Jordan Pickford getting a hand to the ball. You could see England's confidence drain away. They were robbed of decisions by the VAR and began to run out of steam even after Marcus Rashford came on for Sterling. But England never gave up. Deep into injury time, England laid siege and Kieran Trippier put over a corner. Harry Maguire headed on and Kane popped up to head powerfully home. At last England get a World Cup campaign off to a winning start, only their second in their last 5 opening games, and Kane has lifted a whole country's mood.